Hey, Andy here, DIY Band. We are going to be mixing a song. We're going to be doing it all in one go. We're going to be getting it as close as we can to being a final mix. You're never going to get a final mix all in one sitting because you need to take a break. And you should take breaks throughout anyway. But when you think you're done, you need to step away for a few hours the next day, listen to it again, and then you'll be in a different mindset. So what we're going to do today, we're going to get it to like 90% done, really. Get it as close as we can, as quick as possible. Now this video, it says in the title something like mixing a punk song, mixing a rock song or whatever in a certain amount of time. I don't know how long that is yet because I've not done it. It's all clear, it's all fresh. One thing I do want to do quickly, because this is the second time that I am attempting this. I had technical difficulties to begin with. Let it be known. There were issues. So I'm going to put everything back to scratch. And then we shall start. So really, I mean, I want to get started as soon as possible. 16:27. Let's see how long it takes. If you're lacking a drummer, stay tuned at the end of this video where I'll show you where to get great recordings. So, step one. Here's all my tracks. They're all ready to go. This is what it sounds like at the moment. Let's see if you like. Let's see what you hear. Not good. Now, you might have noticed a few things. Obviously, levels all over the place. It's not great at all. I mean, the recording's good. The recording's fine. But I mean, you've got clean guitars in there. And if you've watched any of my other videos, don't do clean guitars, but you probably know how I turn that into distorted or whatever. And also, you can hear two sets of vocals. So I will go through that, but what we're going to do first is I'm going to get the mix of the music. I like to get the mix of the music pretty much nailed before I do anything with the vocals. And then we can crack on from there, really. We can make it fit into the mix. So first thing I'm going to do is a little bit of organising. Drums. All my no. I'm just going to turn it into a group track. Overheads. Kick and snare. I'm going to add another group track for the guitars. Group tracks. I'm sure you could do it in there somewhere. Guitar right, guitar left. I'm going to leave this one out because it only appears that bit there. I can't remember what bit it is. Bridge. Bass doesn't need to be grouped with anything. Main vocals, I will create a new group for them. Vocals okay, so what shall I do now? I'm going to get the colours in there just so I can know without having to read anything. Straight off what I'm looking at if I need to. So there's all my guitars. No, what have I done here? Look. Let's pull that out. There's all my drums. Here's my guitars. Let's get a nice green, light green. Beautiful. That could be another kind of green. Just off. Bass is red. Slappity bees. And vocals I often have as yellow. Whoa. I do. It's more of a gold, I guess. Oh, that's yellow. Let's turn that down a bit. I can't see the. Right. So that's where we're sitting at the moment. Don't tell my drummer this, but I always start with the drums because I think that having they're the solid, they're the constant throughout the whole track. If you get your drums right, you work everything around your drums. Then you do go back and like change the volumes and or whatever, but you know I always start with the drums again. And with the drums, I always start with the kick. Oh no, I didn't get rid of them. Well, I've made templates. I got rid of them on everything else. Yep. As I said, technical difficulties. Well, I didn't get rid of them on this one. I'll show you exactly. Let's take them off for now. So this is what we've got at the moment for the drums. Nothing too fancy. I have templates in here, so I would replace them. This is a template that I work with to get this sound. Now, wonder why. Oh yeah, okay, that's fine. Don't need. Sorry about that. I'm not going to explain too much on what I'm doing. But I will obviously go along the way. So I've got a compressor to compress sound, to try and make the gate work better, because obviously some of these kicks are a lot louder than the others. Just to squash them all down with each other. Then a gate to cut off everything less than 11.9 dB, it worked out. Then a container to replace that signal. So if I turn that signal all the way up, right, that then sends the signal to here to trigger these WAV files that I already have set up. So it doesn't really matter if this is clipped or not, it's just sending the signal and just going straight through. I find because I haven't got a decent drum mic, kick mic, I can't really get the sound that I want naturally. So that's my little workaround. So we'll leave that as done for now. We'll go back over to the snare. Right click, this is what I should have done just now, but you caught me. Templates, insert the snare one. So I don't know why it does this every time. If anyone knows how to make that, how to make faders go After Effects by default, that'd be awesome. Let me know. So what have we got? What I'm going to do, because the reason why I had technical difficulties before was that the sound wasn't coming through to my screen recorder, so I'm just going to play this quickly. Yeah, that's coming through. Okay, so we've got a key, we've got a gate here, so I'm going to disable these. Obviously these are my templates, but things might need taken away, some things might be need adding, but these are generally where I start and I can fish around from there. Sounds roughly about right. That's a little quiet. Jesus Christ. Right, now let's leave that like that. So now I'm going to do, now I've got an EQ. It's generally the same when you're using the same instrument, like the exact V1. You usually get the same resonance, but I mean, anything else can change. Even like your temperature could change, like a drum skin, the way a drum skin sounds. So it's always, you know, these always go through. If you ducked out frequencies, just make sure they haven't moved for whatever reason. So get this, take these frequencies, we'll raise them back up. this case, that frequency is a little closer to 500 than before. Let's just... Yeah, there's something else in there. I'm gonna add, because I've boosted here, but sounds like might be something else. There it is. These are just little touch-ups. I'm just going to boost that a little bit broader. Yeah, cool. Take that down to... I don't know what I was doing with this template. Everything's just maxed out. Jesus. And then now we've got the sound that we want. I'm going to... What am I going to do? Compress it. That's what I'm going to do. Make a pop. Ah. Shh. Oh. Cool, but I've missed a frequency, so there we go. No, because there's a frequency that I don't want. Hang on. No. Okay, that will do for now. I might need to do a bit more tweaking on that. I'm just trying to get to a level where I can work with it. You know, where it's getting there. Step one of what I like to do. You can do it really anywhere in the beginning stage of adding. It's called top-down editing. I like to add this EQ. Absolutely love it. I've got a preset that I don't know where it is. It's not there. It's not in there. That's turned off. Go away. That's what I'm looking for. This preset here. So it gives me an overall feel of what it's going to be like when it's finished. So I like to just add just that EQ. It's got a little bit of reverb in there as well. Just to squash it all together a little bit. Well, not squash it, glue it all together. I think that's quite is more better terminology. Hey ho. So I'm going to play that. There we go, that's the snare that I was looking for. So listen to the snare now. Much more of a pop of the pop. In that case, probably don't need to lower that as much. Okay, now I know you can hear it cutting out. That's the gate kicking in. What the overheads do, and this is where the overheads come in to help us out. So we go to here, templates. I'm trying to get this started. I can't remember when I started. I looked at the time. I don't know what the time was, so I'm just going to keep going. And I'll see at the end of the video what it looks like. So fader, After Effects. This is generally spot on. So what I did notice before is that this track is a lot louder than this one, and I found what you're looking for, if that is the case, you want to get the snare in the middle, as central as you can, the snare drum in the middle, and then you don't lose the feel, you don't have too much over one side. Obviously with it being overheads, you're going to have left and right, you're going to have cymbals hit over here, and you know, toms or whatever. You want to have that as if you're watching someone play the drums when you're listening to it, but the snare will be always, the snare and the kick will be dead center. And obviously it was a little bit louder on the left side here, so this is where it was before, somewhere around here. Tiny bit over to the left. I think it was like 35-ish. Put it back where I wanted it. Okay, so now if you listen to all of this together, I'll just put a quick, what am I going to do? Play. Okay, so now I'm going to just go and get some levels with these quickly. The way I like to do that is just add the kick for starters at probably like -5, and then I've got leeway to move. Can't do anything yet, so this. There we go. That's without the overheads. And that's with that gap with this gate doesn't make any difference at all with when you fill this in. Can't tell if I like that. That's good enough. Last thing I would do to the drums is add a, you've heard me say it time and time again, guitar rig. Guitar rig, you say? Yes, guitar rig. It's got loads of free stuff in there. I made this bad boy to help me out. I used to use it for the guitars, but it's very CPU intensive, and with Zine Wave you're quite limited on CPU. So I found a use for it nonetheless. That sounds great. I like that. Yeah. Yes, it's a lot louder, but I'm also adding in a compressor to compress everything together. A delay. I've actually got this EQ off, and then this is just leaning slightly over to the high mids side of it for the crossover, and a limiter as well. So I found that limiter actually works more like a clipper than a limiter. But hey, I may be wrong. That's how it feels and sounds to me, because it sounds freaking awesome. Right, so drums are done. Gonna mute them. Now I'm gonna work on the guitars. Now, as you heard before, they're really clean. So both of these have been pushed into a single VST chain. Yeah, so I've got straight into pod farm. In midway, maybe. Now I did remember changing this a little bit when I didn't save it. Right, so the way this works is I've got both of these tracks going into this single VST, and this VST is reading the left signal and the right signal and applying these different chains to each signal, and then going to the mixer, which is also panned left and right. So the left and right give me the left and right of different sounds. So first thing to remember is to turn these around. You know what I like? That. Is to spread them apart. If you listen now, well to good. Do you remember making it a bit? Did you hear that? That was bad, wasn't it? That was in the right side, somewhere around here. Should clean this up properly, really, before, but I didn't. I didn't do it, as you can see. Just making it up as I go along. Jesus! So cleaning this stuff up like this, if you want a clean sounding cuts like this, you're going to need to go through and just comb everything out that you don't want / need. We'll deal with the ends and intros at the end. So that's what I would do for those at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to see if there's any crazy settings going on. If there's any major cuts, that's pretty standard. In fact, do I want a bit more? I think I do want a bit more bottom. Who doesn't, eh? There's actually no point looking at the compressor yet because I will be putting on a compressor on each one of these. To tidy the tone up, really. Like the tiniest amount, like 1-2 dB, probably at a ratio of 2 would be enough. What we'll do, have a slightly longer attack, slightly slower attack, and slightly shorter release, because we don't want to be attacking those transients of, you know, the feel of the guitar, really. How much am I taking it down by? That's fine. I'm happy with that. Let's do the same here. I tell you what, I want to get the exact same settings. Minus 46.8. Oh yeah, I'm looking at them. Is that right? Oh, what a numpty. I can't undo it. Okay, let's do that again. $26.8. I did think that's a bit high, but I trusted myself. What a fool. 5.6 on there. We've got 52. And 2:1 ratio. I think that's it. So all that does is just tidy up if there's any like there's a little peak there, here, and there. They might cause an issue in coming into here before they even get compressed. Because if you chuck that straight into here and then it's being distorted and then you're EQing it and then you're compressing, you're not getting rid of that sound before it's hit there. You're just compressing it into the sound. So this tidies it up. That looked okay, didn't it? So now we're going to EQ the whole thing, all the guitars. That's fine. That's not. Want a bit more? Brilliant. Okay. That's fairly standard. I'm going to give it a little bit more top end. Done. That sounds good. So now let's put these two together and see if they work. Jeez Louise. Right, so now we can just turn down the master on here, which turns down all the drums. These are mixed in with each other the way I like them. Just turn down the group. Same technique. Roll it in, roll it in. So what I'm going to do is turn down my headphones a little bit. Now, what have I done? I feel like I've done something bad. Yep. Wondering why this is coming out so much quieter. Oh, oh, god damn! I don't know how that happened. Why that is metering like that, I don't know. That's fine. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna quickly do the bass, and before I crack on, I'm going to bounce everything down because my CPU's spiking because of this bad boy. Um, Bouncing everything down will stop the VSTs from processing, and will process it into a file, and I'll just play from the file. Obviously, if there's anything I want to change after that, I have to go back and sort that out, but we'll come to that, I guess. I hope not, but we will. We always will. Fader, After Effects. Now let's see what's going on here then. Unmute these bad boys. I feel like I say bad boys a lot. If anyone's counting, let me know. I'm gonna try not to say it anymore. You know when you just don't think of the colour blue, and all you can think of is the colour blue. This is before my template. That's alright. Oh, what's this? What is that even cutting? There's... Obviously I had an issue with the one that I made this template on, so I'm just going to remove that. Don't need it. It sounds good though. I like it. I like it as it is, that template. Oh, what have I done? What did I do then? Did I remove a band? You know what? I wasn't looking at what I was doing, and I pressed a few buttons, a few keys. Templates, insert. Bass. Let's see what I did. Oh, did I remove? Oh, damn, yeah. I was removing bands. Quite a lot of them, I'm sure. I think. Right, so 3, I can remove that. But otherwise, that sounds alright. Fader, After Effects again. Just doing some house. OBS, man, you're killing me. Oh, so Podium crashed. Great bloody advertisement. We are going back now. I've put the bits back in. All I had to do was, what do I have to do? Just get rid of that and then do the fader thing. Now, as for the bass, I didn't really do anything, did I? Just now? It was like 2 seconds ago. No, I genuinely didn't do anything. Yeah, I did. I removed that. That's what I did. And the other one, on the guitars, I put the threshold at 26.8, I think. Yeah, 26.8. So it's on 40 something on it. So saved, done. So now then we will kind of like the sound of that bass. I mean, all the tones are even. They're smooth as I want them to be. Alex. So what I'll do now is mix these all together, volume wise. that's cool. That's quite evenly balanced. I mean, volume-wise, I can change that with the bounces anyway. But these will just be bounced with. I don't need to stop that. Is this running? Good. I don't bounce these individually. So what I'll do is I'll. But Andy, thanks for reminding me. You haven't done this one yet. Let's just quickly do this. Templates. Insert new one. For the guitars. Find where they are first. So what do we want? We want Pod Farm. Now I've got a solo-ish, which is good for just single notes, really. Microphones. Sound of them. I think that could be compressed. Meant to be like background, you know. Played really sloppy, apparently. Little. Where that starts, I think it starts right at the end. So if I. That last note there, I think I play it better on the first. First of the second times. Hopefully you should not hear a difference. So okay, right, I'm going to go around and bounce all of these down. And depending on how long this video is, I'm going to have to check. It might be a two-parter. So, catch y'all next time. Or in a minute. If you don't have a drummer or any way to record drums, try AIDrums.com. Recording drums can be difficult, but AIDrums.com will make the process easy, and for a fraction of the cost of paying a recording studio. Record yourself playing drums with your phone or a cheap mic and send it in for processing. AI Drums will convert this into a legit drum track using special pulse detection techniques. Using discount code ANDY, get your hands on great professionally recorded drums converted from your rough recordings at 15% off.